Hey there! Welcome to Jackie Talks Horror. I'm Jackie, and today I'm starting another franchise review, the Conjuring franchise. In this instance, that means just the main Conjuring films 1, 2 and 3, not the spin-offs for now. Inspired by real-life ghost hunting duo Ed and Lorraine Warren, these films don't just rattle doors and slam cupboards. James Wan gave us an entire universe of scares, so grab your holy water, light a candle, and let's start where it all began, with a spoiler-free review of The Conjuring. Just a heads up though, I will be using the trailer and some images from IMDb. A lot of what I love about the film are the main characters, so let's dive in and meet them. First up, we have Ed Warren, played by Patrick Wilson. Ed is the husband in the paranormal duo, and Wilson plays him as a calm, steady force. He brings a quiet strength to his role, never flashy or preachy and always grounded. Ed's the anchor, the protector, and the one making sure Lorraine doesn't push herself too far. He balances her emotional sensitivity with a practical presence, and his unwavering support makes their bond feel genuine. It's this steady reliability that makes him such a likeable character and a vital part of what makes the Warrens work as a team. Next up is Lorraine Warren, played by Vera Farmiga. Lorraine is not just Ed's wife, but also the heart of the couple's paranormal investigations. I feel Farmiga brings a grounded, empathetic and quietly powerful presence to Elaine. Her performance is nuanced, showing both vulnerability and strength, and her chemistry with Patrick Wilson is a big reason why the film hits emotionally. Next up is Carolyn Perron, played by Lily Taylor. She is the mother of the family being troubled by paranormal events. Taylor is excellent at conveying both the mother's warmth and the escalating desperation that comes with the hauntings. Her performance becomes especially physical and emotional in the later parts of the film, and she sells the horror without going over the top. And next up is Roger Perron, played by Ron Livingstone. As the father of the troubled family, Livingstone plays a concerned but overwhelmed father role well. He doesn't have as many dramatic scenes as Taylor, but he anchors the family dynamic, and that makes you believe in their bond. Taylor and Livingstone are really strong in their roles, but they just don't have the same level of chemistry between them as husband and wife as Vera and Patrick do as Ed and Lorraine Warren. And finally, we come to the daughters of the Perron family. The 5 daughters are played by a solid young cast, including Joey King, who plays Christine. She stands out with some genuinely intense scenes. The kids are believable and contribute to the atmosphere without feeling like filler. Okay, so now we come to the plot and pacing. The IMDb plot synopsis simply reads, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorised by a dark presence in their farmhouse. So this film isn't just about the case study of the Perrons haunting. The first act goes between showing the Perrons and their situation as it worsens, and showing the Warrens, showing us not only their daily life as they carry out their paranormal investigations and lectures, but we get to see their home life as well. The Perrons scene begin with a slow burn. We meet them as an average family moving into a new home, which, as horror fans we know, is not going to end well, with all its stresses and antics, but once they settle in, we start to feel their escalating terror as they realise they need help from the Warrens. So by the time their 2 lives converge, we are already emotionally invested in both the investigators and the family being haunted, and this to me makes it different from the normal haunted house films. And now we come to the direction and production notes. This film was directed by the amazing James Wan, who shot to film directing hit franchise Saw in 2004 and the hit franchise Insidious in 2010. And James Wan's direction keeps the humour subtle, and it's mostly found in the warm relationship between the Warrens. Rather than overt comedic moments, it balances the moments of relief without detracting from the tension in the scenes and the film's overall sense of dread. In this film we get the first glimpse of the Annabelle doll, and she really is terrifying in this, even though she only has a bit part. It's no wonder they thought a spin-off would be box office gold. The films just didn't work though. However, the prequel directed to Mike Flanagan was a standout. We're also introduced to the Warrens' locked room. where they keep their collection of possessed artifacts. This is true to life, as many of the objects seen in the film are copies of the genuine artifacts in the Warrens' real-life collection, removed from circulation due to their dangerous nature. Okay, and now I'm going to give you my ratings. So, for cinematography and soundtrack, this film gets 5 out of 5. The cinematography is amazing, they make full use of the atmospheric setting. There's a masterful use of point-of-view shots, where the camera sometimes becomes the eyes of the audience, bringing us into the terrifying situations in a more visceral way. The spinning shots and occasional upside-down angles create a sense of disorientation, mimicking the horror the characters are experiencing. The subtle but effective techniques keep us on edge and draw us further into the unsettling world James Wan has crafted. I love the soundtrack, which was by Joseph Bishara. The music plays a huge role in creating the film's eerie atmosphere. It punctuates the moments of terror, elevating the dread without overshadowing the action. Next up is a bit of a name change for this section, which, for this video, I am calling Practical Effects and Makeup, instead of Special Effects and Gore. So for Practical Effects and Makeup, this film gets 5 out of 5. The name change is to highlight the importance of practical effects in creating the film's atmosphere, which James Wan deliberately chose to prioritise. Unlike many modern horror films that rely heavily on CGI, The Conjuring uses practical techniques to craft its terror, making the supernatural elements feel grounded and real. The makeup and practical effects are key to depicting the escalating fear of the Perron family, with each terrifying manifestation of the spirits showing just how far the family's terror has gone. And next up is characters. Now, whilst I say that the characters are a main part of why I love this film, that is primarily for the 4 main characters. The acting is basically solid all round, and Ed and Lorraine Warren, Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson have such amazing chemistry, it doesn't matter what you think of their real-life characters and their relationship. These two sell it in spades. In fact, their connection has way more energy than that of the parents of the family, and you really feel in their scenes together, especially compared to the Perrons, who just don't quite have that same spark. The other thing that holds this rating back is that we don't get to know much about the children, which makes their roles feel a little bit underdeveloped, and that's what loses half a star for me. So next up is enjoyment and rewatch value, and this film gets 4.5 out of 5. It doesn't lose any of the scare factor on repeat watching. Some of the scares never fail to get me, no matter how prepared I think I am. That's not an easy thing to pull off, and it speaks as to how well the tension's built. What really keeps me coming back, though, is the emotional core. The love story between Ed and Lorraine is always a joy to watch. It gives the film a warmth that balances out the darkness. Their connection adds heart to the horror, and that dynamic stays compelling every time. And the rest of the acting is strong enough that it's still a very easy watch. And now for a personal score. So to me, this is a 4.5 out of 5 star film. I love to watch the beginning of the love story between Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson's characters, and watch it blossom over the franchise. This is also one heck of a scary film, but what really seals it for me is the atmosphere. That farmhouse gives me chills. No matter how many times I've seen it, it's not just scary, it's beautifully unsettling. James Wan created a horror film that balances heart and haunting perfectly, and that's why this one stays high on my rewatch list. So that's all for this review. If you like your haunted house films packed with jump scares that actually land and a chilling story carried by some seriously classy acting, The Conjuring is definitely one to watch. This was a perfect film for James Wan to redefine the haunted house genre, and wow did he do it with style. So have you seen The Conjuring? What did you think of it? Do leave your comments down below, but remember to be respectful. I remember this is only my opinion of the film, and hey, it'd be a boring old world if we all like the same things. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more horror content. You won't want to miss what's next on this channel. This is Jackie signing off. Take care and see you next time.